Yes, good evening, everybody, wherever you are. This is Azimio Inawezekana Friday the 5th on Facebook and on YouTube. We have our channel YouTube called Azimio Inawezekana Raila TV. Feel free to join us. Welcome once again. This is your host, Boniface Ugotu. I want to put it clear that today is a good day that we have met tonight. You know, it has not been possible for the past days, but at least yesterday it was possible, and we managed to do the show. Although remember we said that, and as we have been promising, sorry, that we were to come up with a good and a clear platform, and that is the reason why we are here. I believe that wherever you are, you can hear or you can hear me. I will request that you can kindly use our comment section in commenting, and we share what we have today before us. Remember, before I forget, I want to say thank you very much for everybody that is joining us tonight. Those that voted Azimio Inawezekana, Azimio la Umoja, One Kenya Alliance, those that voted our comrades, those that voted our people. Eric Robert is watching. Thank you very much, my brother. Let me pin the invite on the comment section so that you can join. I believe that it's going to be easy and possible for you to join. Yesterday it wasn't possible, my brother, but today it's going to be possible. I'm pinning the invite link. So, sorry, number one, before I forget, let me say we are so much sorry for getting to our live late by almost 18 minutes. We had a small itch here and there. You know, this is a new platform, and it's when we are getting to understand it much more better. So we are sorry for that, but it's better late than never. So my brother Eric or anybody, you can use the link below to join us. We have Kef Kaliba. Keep up the good work. Thank you very much, my brother. Asante sana. Thank you for following Bush Being Bush. It's time for our multilateralism to reflect the voice of the farmers, represent the hope of villagers, champion the aspirations of the pastoralists, defend the rights of the fisher folks, express the dreams of traders. Brother, you have said it as it is, and that is what exactly needs to be done. Kema Proskovia, thank you very much for joining us live from 94966. Oh, my sister 966 is where is 966? We have Omwami Frank Trump live from Ranga. Thank you very much, Omwami. Eric Gero watching live from Nairobi. Thank you very much. Eric Ogoro, Maxwell watching from Nairobi, watching live Kiprui. I can see we have one of our guests online. So let me add you so that we can proceed, and thank you very much. It's Eric. Oh, my brother. Okay, I've seen it. Thank you very much. Hello, my brother.
Yeah, how are you? How are you, Mr. Ogutu? You are mute, unmute so that maybe we can talk.
It's okay. I'm saying that it's a good thing that you have joined today. Yesterday it wasn't possible.
Yeah, I noticed you have a problem with the programming the StreamYard to get the link, and I had, but as far as I'm concerned, I'm so grateful to see you are using now a StreamYard, something that we can join like 10 of us.
Yes.
Yeah, and for the people who are watching,
yes,
we are very grateful for the support of the platform. Yeah. And the first thing what I can say, my brother, is that this platform is for all. People should come here, we share the ideas, we enlighten each other, because there are most of things that we don't know and someone else knows. So it will be very much okay for us to be here as a family and everyone.
Yes.
And another thing I like to tell to the people who are joining, please, they should confirm that they should let the StreamYard to configure their devices. If
Yeah.
StreamYard doesn't configure your device, I think it will be very much hard for someone to join. So let me just tell them the StreamYard should configure your camera and your audio so that the moderator will have the easiest time to add you. So I'm so grateful, my brother, and I think everything is going well. Yesterday I tried, but I couldn't. But things are well today. So I'm expecting us to have a lot of people here. We need 10 people. We discuss about how things are going in Kenya right now. More so far about the economy, you know, people are expecting most of the people are expecting the economy to change. People can see the direction maybe we are heading to. And I would like much we talk about the leadership that we are seeing in the last 1 week, 2 weeks. I would like people to share about the leadership that we have seen and what we are expecting in few months to come. Because, you know, still we don't have a good leadership because we don't have the cabinets. The new cabinets are not yet appointed. So we should expect more and more and more hardship, or maybe some things gonna change, but we are not sure about it. And I would like to tell Kenyans, this is not time to fight now. It's time to try and see where did we go wrong. And things will work well for us. And one thing and one thing that is there, I think I've been around the whole day yesterday, today, and I'm trying to get some information.
Yes, my brother Eric, proceed. Thank you very much for those that have joined. I believe that Eric's network had a small itch, but is going to come back. I can see we have Kibet SB Richard. Kibet, if you can listen to me kindly, into your name was already there. Kindly proceed. Okay, we have James Namasaka Chesoli watching live from Kuwait City, always following. Never quit. Thank you very much, my brother. I am tuning, ready to listen you. Ozing wisdom words. Thank you very much. Normal comedy. Peter I. Thank you very much. Can see live from Canada, Quebec. Thank you very much, my brother. And we have Omwami Frank Trump, Azimio. Sound not clear. I think it has been worked on, if I'm not wrong. It has been worked on, or if I'm not wrong. So we have Ronald Ngala. We are not free from the hands of the whites, and not only Kenyans. Many African countries still under the control of international communities. Just ended election reminds me more about countries on Africa. How can we join? My brother, you can use the link. And I think I'm going to send the link again. You are back. Let me join you. My brother Kibet.
Mr. Ogutu, can you get?
Yes, yeah, I can hear you.
Do you get me?
Yes, I hear you nicely. So
Hello,
clear.
you get me, Mr. Ogutu?
Yes, you are clear.
Yeah, very
You are clear,
fine.
my brother. Thank you.
So I'm
Proceed.
Kibet. Yeah, I'm Kibet SB Richard.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. Can I let me proceed? I can weigh my issue on this about our economy. Kenya, in Africa, Kenya is amongst the most successful country among East African countries. and as per now, we should be talking about big issues like not about growing economy. People should be rich, and our economy should be stabilized. First issue is about the subsidy. Not every time that we should be putting subsidy to our commodities so that we can get them on a cheaper price. That's why I thank the current president, William Ruto, for removing those subsidy things on fuel, even on unga, so that at least we can face these things on a reality basis. Because this subsidy most of the times goes to the pockets of the few cartels, the bigger companies. They benefit rather than the common mwananchi benefiting on the subsidy. Those bigger companies are the one which benefit on this subsidy. So as per now, let's just wait and then we grow our economy, and then these issues about we are having so many expenditures on things that are not necessary. Let me give an example. We have these parastatals. Those parastatals are using those advertising, like our account is advertising. You get one page of the example Daily Nation, paying full page for the advertising is 8 million. So when you get more than 100 parastatals of the country advertising daily, that's we are losing a lot of money to things that are not necessary. So we need to have that culture of saving. When we have culture of saving, we shall grow our economy and we can make our country become richer. That's all that I can say today.
Thank you very much, my brother Kibet, and you have mentioned it as it is, because I've heard you mentioning that we need to have an economy where we'll not be asking ourselves where we are economy-wise. More so, Kenya is so much rich in a way that we won't want to be at a position of year in, year out. The only best thing that we do discuss is how we can elevate our economy, what can be worked best. And that is exactly what everyone would want, because without the good economy in a country, there's nowhere we can head to. But my brother Kibet, I have a question. So if today you see, or if today you can see that, for example, in Nairobi, fuel is ranging between 179 to 181 shillings. We have some other parts of the country that fuel has reached up to 200 shillings, somewhere like Isiolo. I don't know if we can get someone in Isiolo to confirm this, or because it's something that when I was doing my research today, I stamped on, but I don't have much more fact about it. But now let us say that fuel is in the entire country is at 170, for example. And if you turn to those people that are using this fuel, most of the times, who are the bodabodas from? Let us use now the bodabodas, our brothers from bodabodas, an example. And you feel they are saying that, with the current economy and how things are not working nicely for them. Don't you think that something could have been done? Like for example, subsidizing that fuel, because the very same fuel, the higher prices of fuel that we are having now today, that is the reason why you can see that a lot of things have turned to have the higher prices. Also, if you take an example on something like token, let us talk about electricity. And the token, if right today you use 500 shillings in buying your tokens, let me read a bit of my finding today about token, so that we get to understand much more of this. So you have to realize and understand that today's token, if you use 500 shillings, they will give you 25.94 units from 500 shillings. Now let me try and break it a bit. There's what we call token AMT, will cost 199.78 shillings. We come to VAT, it will cost 60.14 shillings. We come to fuel energy charge, it comes to and 76.13. We come to forex charges, it's 35.5 shillings. We come to IPRA charges, EPRA charges is 0.77 shillings. Yes. We come to WRA charges is 0.32 shillings. We come to REP charges is 9.98 shillings. Inflation adjustment is 17.38. So let's talk about, let's come to the fuel energy charges. Fuel energy charges is adding to.
Let me cut you a bit.
It's okay, proceed.
This issue about subsidy. I
Yes.
fully don't support things concerning subsidy. Because let me give one example. We have more than 1,200 companies, petrol companies in Kenya. Those
Yes.
filling stations, there are 1,200. But you get on things concerning subsidy, you get only 5 companies. The 5 companies, big companies like Rubis, Total, Ken, Yoko, Kobil, are the one benefiting on subsidy, right? Let's start from there. Because of what? If you can see, if before this government, before subsidy was removed here, you can find like a petrol station like Rubis. It is paying. It is selling petrol station 2 shillings lesser than those other companies because of what? The subsidy. They benefit on that amount of subsidy, so they can sell petrol station in any amount they want. So
yes,
it's a good move. Don't depend on subsidy. Let's change our markets where we buy the fuel from those Middle East countries to another cheaper market. Let me give an example. You know how much fuel is in Addis Ababa? It's 110 shillings in Ethiopia because they have the right markets than our markets. Because you can find even the people who are supplying petrol in our country, they are cartels. They are corrupting our leaders so that they can be given markets to sell petrol here. So let have the right market that we are buying what? Our petrol.
for petrol.
Yeah. Fuel. Let's say fuel. All fuels. Then think concerning Kenya Power.
Yes.
Kenya Power is not a fully government organizations. Government only owns 51%, right?
Yes.
Then so those people are corrupting. So you can't blame that. You can say because fuel prices have increased. So you also increase what? You increase the amount of tokens. We are not going on that direction. We need to face the reality. Let Kenya Power be fully government organizations, and then also let everyone supply electricity like Uganda. Uganda is not about only Kenya Power. There's other companies. Let me give you an example. There's this university in Langata constituency called this private university that have installed solars on their rooftops. They create more than 500 megawatts. Kenya Power should allow that company to sell electricity to the residents of Kibera, so that there's also some private companies that can do what? That can sell electricity, so that we can have competition than these things concerning that called monopoly. That's where we go wrong. And the government should allow private companies to do what? To generate electricity. Yes.
Thank you very much, my brother. You know, it's you're talking nicely, and you're facing politics with fact, and that is one thing that I love about this. Oh, let me ask you. Since now we are talking about subsidy that should be a past tense in our country and also in our system.
Yes.
I agree with you. What should be the way forward now? Because as per you, both of us, we understand that we have the monopolization of a lot of institutions,
Yes.
companies out here. So what will be the best way to approach this? Because at the end of the day, even if we have those fewer companies that ends up by eating the bigger junk, from the smaller junk that comes out of the government, mostly from the subsidy. What way will we use so that we will end up by not repeating the very same mistake?
Yeah, you need to go the Malaysia and Singapore way.
Yes.
You know why?
Yeah.
Have a culture of saving. And then the government should do the right thing. And we should have leaders who don't think about themselves, they think about the country. Leaders who are true to themselves and true to the country. We should reduce miscellaneous expenditures as a government. I was very ashamed to do that the current president inherited a government that had only 93 million in our coffers. How? Then you hear the last regime spend only 55 billion for only 3 weeks. Do you know what 55 billion? 55 billion can do wonders in this country. That's a lot of money. So 55 billion can do wonders. If the government country has released only 3.5 billion to the agriculture sector, it can help in a very big way. So what we should do, we should have a very serious government, a government which is less corrupt, which is dealing with real issues, real issues. Then secondly, when we are importing things outside the country, yeah, what should we do? We should face the real markets. Don't face those entrepreneurs. Don't face entrepreneurs. Some example, you know if someone is only someone who imports petroleum then sells to the government. Do you hear that? We import petrol, that fuel, then you sell it for the government. Why should the government import by itself? Don't someone has that tender who imports that fuel, then come sell to the government. Let government itself import what? Import fuel. The second thing, things about loans, the government loans. The bank that should service that loan it should be a government bank, not a private bank. So because if you get to 50 billion, you are taking a loan of 250 billion from IMF. Do you know that bank that will service that loan gets 10% of that loan?
Yes.
So let the government bank do what? Get that loan. Then if National Bank of Kenya services that loan, let that amount be in a government bank rather than using a private bank. It's that 10 billion. So we should have a culture of saving and doing the right thing. And if anyone is corrupt, things should be dealt directly. Let's not fight corruption that you are fighting someone. Let's have real issues. If someone is corrupt, even before we take into police station, he should resign as yesterday.
Yes, thank you. My brother Kibet, I've heard you mentioning about we and our country coffers that was left at with some small few change, which was to a tune of 73 million shillings. So, I've been wondering, because when we were being told that the money found at the National Treasury was only 73 shillings, and over the same 93 million. 93 million, sorry. And over the same, you remember the day that there was an inauguration at Kasarani. We were told, and it's in the public domain, that 200 million was used for that ceremony.
Of course.
And it's again on public domain that another 138 million was used for the luncheon at State House and facilitation of the people that were to attend and our visitors here and there. Yesterday, but two, if I'm not wrong, again, it came to a public domain that our president used his entourage to go for the burial ceremony that is down in UK and heading to America. And when he will be back, we'll be using the taxpayers' money amounting to 500 million. So you do a calculation, just a rough one. 500 plus 200, that is 700, plus 130, that is 800 million. So, or did someone sponsor all of this? happenings through his pocket?
No,
Or what happened? Or where did this money come from? I would love to understand this bit.
KRA,
Yes.
they did KRA collects every day 138 billion. Every day. 138 billion Kenyan shillings.
Yes.
From taxes, right? But
Daily.
as per daily, KRA collects 138 billion. Right?
130.
38 billion.
Huh?
It is in the Ministry of, you can check on the Treasury, those cash books.
Yes.
108 billion. The second thing, we have the tourism sector, right?
Yes.
Tourism sector, as every day, it collects more than 4 billion.
Yes.
Right? Yeah. Then we have to those other sectors. So as per day, our revenue, if you can see
Yes.
per day.
Oh, I can see we have lost him. I think it's a network hitch, but he will be back. There is this part that he was trying to explain so that we understand how things run. You know, in our Azimio Inawezekana for Raila the 5th, that is Facebook, and Azimio Inawezekana Raila TV, or in YouTube, we are here to get to learn more.
Me,
so thank you very much. You're back.
Let me continue. So what I was telling you,
yes.
if you can get that amount, government collects different sectors from NYS, from where they collect a lot of money, then from courts,
yes.
those culture, those.
Yes, my brother Kiret, are you there? Oh, I believe we will be back. As I was explaining that in our platform, we are here to understand, to teach ourselves, and to get to know more of the happenings in our country. And that is the reason why we're here. More so, thank you very much for those that have joined, those that have commented, and those that have shared. Feel free to share our program with your friends, wherever you are, and kindly use the link below. Try and register with the StreamYard so that they can allow you to use the platform so that you can join us. If you can hear me, please, if you want to join, there's a link below that I've shared. Kindly see on how you can register with the link so that it can be much more easy for you to join me, join our team in there's a live show. There's a one-on-one political chat. Remember, here is where we get to learn, get to teach ourselves, we get to. This is our home and it's our family. Thank you very much, everybody. Equistra Steven says our people are still being brainwashed. Let them just learn a good lesson. Thank you very much. Helda Braza, I am right there with you. Thank you very much, Helda Braza. Asante sana. We have Ruth Kompoka. Ruth Kompoka anasema hello, watching from Nairobi Pipeline. Blue is the color. Thank you very much, my sister. Karibu sana. Edwin Shenja, Edwin Sage, Ibaka, streaming from Elred. Thank you very much, my brother. James Namasak, Kachelu Love, Kibet Settlement, let's fight the economy from the reality. Thank you very much, and that is the reason why we're here. We want to understand more. I would love our brother kindly see on how you can register with StreamYard so that you can join our live show. Mish Manizo Asaba, watching from Bomas with Janet Joho and 1,000 others. Thank you very much, Mish. You will heal because Dr. T is on the wheel. You know, one thing that you don't understand is that we don't need to heal because someone is in power, but we'll heal because we want to heal. Caroline Massetti, thank you very much. Blue, so Chacha. My brother Chacha Hampton, thank you very much. My brother, welcome. Good job, bro. I am following from Nairobi. Chacha is my good buddy and is my neighbor too. And I must say that more impressed by this platform. It's the responsibility of all of us to steer the economy of this country ahead because Kenya belongs to all of us. It's not about Ruto and those that voted for him. This government needs to be put on toes for a better future, even if not for us, but for the sake of the children. My brother Kibet, I am rest assured that wherever you are working on your on your connection and you're joining us. Thank you very much. Our brother Kibet is back. Let me add you. My brother, you are back.
Yeah, I'm back.
Karibu, karibu, karibu. You are explaining something.
Huh? Oh, I was telling
You
you
are
about
explaining, yeah, you're explaining a very candid something. Yeah, we need to listen to it.
so I was saying this one. Every day
Yes.
our government gets money from different sectors. From agriculture,
Yeah.
commercial,
Hmm.
so that's why when the president left the country,
Yes.
he had to sort the police. Even
Yes.
as we talk now, the inspector general of the police is the accountant of police. You know, they have their
Yeah.
personal account and they have given them
Yes.
money. The same for
Yeah.
they have their money. That's the way
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
that's where the money came from. Upper Avanzal Education.
Oh, yes. Thank you very much, my brother. Learning is a process, and you learn as you hear and you listen. Also, if you're a good listener, and the area that I am good at is listening. I am not good at talking. And if KRA in a day we ends up by collecting, we're talking about 138 billion in one day. Then means that I just want to just take time to understand much more of this, because it's like then we have rogue people that are working as our public officers, or we have those that doesn't want to work but wants to enrich their pockets, if I'm not wrong. Because if, for example, you take 138 billion for a day, and let's just take 25 days instead of 30 days for a month. Let us forfeit 5 days. You getting my point? So that it can balance. The 5 days can balance the remainder of 25 days, yes? My brother will be having 345 billion. That is the much that we'll be having. No, actually, we'll be having 3 trillion 450 billion. That's the much that we'll be having in a month. Now, my question now let me shoot my question. Why is it that Kenya is borrowing as if there's nothing that gives us money in this country? Let's only talk about KRA. Let's not even talk about tourism. Let's not talk even about the game reserves and how much is being made from the other areas. Let's not even talk about NYS and all that. If in a month, yes.
The problem is this one: we have bad
Yes.
managers. Bad what?
Managers.
Bad managers. What bad managers? You know, there's a time Uhuru said we lose every day 2 million.
Yes.
Do you know where 2 billion goes?
To people's pockets.
Yeah, not even directly to people's pockets. These big people don't pay land rates. You know, only the amount that if government collects those land rates, the whole country, if only land rates are being paid clearly. Do you know how many shillings Kenya will get? All these buildings in the city. If those people pay land rates, you know, is how much?
It's a lot.
It is a lot of money, more than 50 million and above. That amount can pay entire teachers and doctors in Kenya. That only amount for hundreds. Only does it. So when the time we shall have good managers, there's a problem that you take good people for particular institution, run that institution. Those people, when they reach in that institution, they start thinking about what? Their stomachs. This is the first time in history we have had that carry collect 200 billion. When the new regime have come. We have, me personally, I've never knew, I've just known lately that Kenya collects 100 billion. That is a lot of money. It will pay 3/4 of the salaries that every civil and state officers need to earn. So the time we shall get the right managers in our institution, that's the time that we shall start benefiting as a country. Kenya is very rich. Kenya is a very rich country. A very rich country. The problem that people are misusing those opportunities that when the government that a government has been entrusting to you to run the institution, then you go and sell the government. Other issue. This is an example. A member of, let's say, a member of department like Kenya Urban Roads.
Yes.
When they want to construct a road, do you know those people that go to public participations? All of them are corrupt. The common manager doesn't know that this department has been given more than 100 billion to construct a road. Before it reaches to the ground, 3/4 has been already eaten. That's the problem. So it is high time we have good managers and good people that will protect this economy. That's all.
So, my brother Kibet, let's agree on one thing. And what I want to put across is that, despite the fact that we are having a government that is not being led by our own, I hope you understand what I'm saying. But at the end of the day, we'll need state officers to be those that can be trusted by public resources. More so in an institution like KRA, if at all we can be collecting 100, let's just even put it at 50 billion in a day. In a month, what we'll be having is 1.5
trillion. That's a lot of money.
So means that we'll be at a position of, in a span of an entire year. Actually, let me tell you that each and every year we could have been in a position of sponsoring our own budget by not borrowing.
Exactly.
Actually, let me tell you that in a span of only any government getting into power couldn't have been living at the very same power or the very same government with debts here and there. Right now we are at 9 trillion. Why are we having a debt of 9 trillion?
Because we have bad managers
in a month.
Do you know this country called Malaysia? Hello. You get me?
Yes, I'm listening.
This country called Malaysia.
Yes.
When former DCI boss Ndego Mohoro, if you can remember, when he was posted there as ambassador for Malaysia, the Malaysian government refused his appointment because of what? Because he had some corrupt allegations. In Malaysia, if you are corrupt, you are being hanged. Malaysian, if you are found being corrupt, you are being hanged. Malaysia and China. So we need to go that direction. Let those corrupt people. You can never tell me a minister goes to the ministry when he's poor, but within 4 months that guy has a personal chopper. How? Where did they get that money? And you tell me things concerning Marera and Aror, only 50 billion lost. What do you know what's about 50 billion?
And you know a chopper doesn't cost 2 shillings.
A cabinet secretary owns a chopper. How? Where did he get that amount of money?
And a chopper costs more than
200
million. Yeah, from 250. A one that can be refurbished upward. You ask yourself a very simple question: in a span of 4 months, where did this person got 300 million to buy a chopper? And you know, for you to buy a chopper means that for you, number one, to buy a chopper, you can't just buy a chopper when you don't have a good home, you don't have a good lifestyle, you don't have a good vehicle. So it means that you have sponsored yourself with another 200 million, and for the same time, you still have another around 400 million.
The worst thing,
yes.
The worst thing. The time there was change of currency when we were having the new notes. I wish you knew how money had changed hands among these countries. People had billions. They give even a country to do business so that they can bring to they tell, like example, I have 300 billion cash of notes. I give Malawi or another Uganda, so Malawi can return that amount of money as a government. They say that we have these currency of yours, but it was people's amount, billions, not even
individuals money.
individuals' money, 300 billion, 200, crazy amount. If you go to these guys, if you tell them they can state their richness, you will wonder. These guys have enough money, and it's not real money. It is looted money. You know, when these political wings, people are moving from this party to other party, you know, you are not going free. You're being bought with real money. Where that amount
Yes.
go? Because people looted mercilessly, and then we had a leader who never cared about even looting. So he even had those friends who are looting the government. So it reached a place, people are looting money like nonsense, and that's the problem with our country. We need to go to have good leaders, to have good managers, and to have real people who can think about the common man, that common people, that person who is suffering. We you know, more than 70% of Kenyans, they earn less than $1 a day. People in Kenya are suffering. That's all, my friends.
Thank you very much, my brother. We are coming back to you. Let's allow Ken to at least share with us. I can see our brother have joined us. Oh, I think he has some small hitch, and it has dropped. Kindly, our brother Ken, if you can listen to me, get your setting right, then get back. Oh, guys, we can listen that we are getting 138 billion being collected by KRA in one day, and we have realized from what we have gone through, that is trying to do an addition of in a span of 25 days, let's call it a month, KRA does a collection of 3,450,000,000 Kenya shillings. Then I'm wondering, where are we still having debts with the international, with IMF, with World Bank, with other countries here and there? Where are we having debts? What is happening then? And where is this money? What does this money do? Because nobody has come out and shared with us exactly what this money does, and exactly how this money is being handled. You know, as a country, and we are the taxpayers, there are a lot of things that we need to understand. You remember at the initial point, I just shared with you how today's token, if you pay 500 shillings, how it's being trickled down. I just shared with you. And we just came to realize that what is happening today is not right. Let me go back again and try and share with you this. If today's you pay 500 shillings for token, and this is how it goes down. Token itself, it's called token AMT. They are going to take the token that you have paid, which is a unit 25.94 unit, is equivalent to 199.78 shillings. Get it right, 199 shillings, 0.8. And that is equivalent to the 25.94 units. Then now we have what we call VAT. It's at 60.14 shillings. Fuel energy charge at 176.13. Now, what if you are paying 500 and they charge fuel charges at 50 shillings? You could have gotten more than 25 or more than 25.9 units worth of token. So you ask yourself a very simple question: where is the country heading? And that is the reason why you see that our topic today was so much simple, because we wanted to understand what is happening and where are we. Because at some point we just need to talk as a country, whether you are in Jubilee, whether you are in Azimio, or you are in Kenya Kwanza. At some point, here reaches a point and a time where we need to know and we need to understand where are we heading as a country. Yes, where are we heading as a country? Huh? Huh? And that is the reason why Our topic today was so simple. Kenya is a third world country that needs those that are sober to steer us in the right direction, economy wise, not just right direction, because they can steer us to a direction where we'll end up by being at some waterfront or some lake. But right direction economy wise. And now our questions are we on it, or we have started our normal comedy? Kenya is known by its comedy, because remember our brother just shared with us that 138 billion, which translates to 3.450 trillion, being collected in a span of a month. Where does this money go? What does this money do? Yeah. Why are we still having debts? Why are we still borrowing? And why do we still need to borrow? At some point in life, we just need to face reality. So as a country, tunaenda wapi? Thank you very much, everybody. And those that are joining now, kindly, we have our link on the comment section. You can do your setting with the link so that it can be possible for you to join our streaming. And we have this discussion, one-on-one political chat together. Remember, this is a platform where we speak our ideas freely, and we share, and we get to learn and to know more of the happening of the country. You as an individual, you can't know all. So my question tonight, are we on it? Ama ni ile tu katuni ya kila siku? Are we on it, or your sound is not much clear? Oh, sorry, my brother, I don't know if you can hear me now. We have our brother, Sophie Ogayo, watching from Kilingili. We have Suleiman King in live coverage, your jobless supporters. That is your idea. Thank you very much. Kibet SB Richard, how can we join live? Kindly, my brother, you can join again. There's something that you are discussing with us, but I think you have some small hitch, and you can work on it. So we have our brother Ronald Ngala. We are not yet free from the hands of the whites, and I'd initially read that. So let me see if there's a comment that I've not read. Zimio, thank you very much. So our people, wherever you are, the speaker Egerton, I'm tuned, ready to listen to your opposing wisdom words. Thank you very much. And we have James Nasamaka is from Kuwait City. My brother, you can join. If you're joining us now, kindly you can go on our comment section, or there's a link. Kindly see on how you can configure the link with your camera and your audio voicing, so that you can join. You can join us now. On this platform we can host 10, and that is the reason why it took us much more time to see on how we can work it out. So I'm going back to our discussion tonight. Where are we as a country? Today, our brother Eric, his connection never went right, but I think he's working on it kindly. But soon, very soon. Thank you very much, my brother. We need you back. There's something that you are discussing with us. Everybody needs to learn something. There are those things that you know, and there are those things that you don't know. And that is the reason why we need to learn. More so when we are together, is when we'll come to understand. I've seen one of us saying that we need to hold the government responsible and keep our government on tour. But how can you keep the government, the very same government, on tour when there are a lot of things that you're not conversant with? You need to be conversant with a lot of things for you to be in a position of holding the government responsible and keeping the very same government on tour. So I would request that kindly see on how you can register with the StreamYard and send your request so that we can add you on this live, so that you can proceed and learn together. Oh, Today I've not seen my brother Walter. I think it's just someone is coming. I'm not seeing a lot of our people. I don't know if this new platform has not been possible for most of us to be joining or watching. I don't know, but because we used to have a good number. And thank you very much for those that have joined. Kindly feel free to share our broadcast, to share our program with your friends. Kindly just feel free, share it all over. Remember, on Facebook, you can find us in Azimio Inawezekana for Raila the 5th. And in YouTube, go on the search engine, key in Azimio Inawezekana Raila TV, you will find us. Azimio Inawezekana Raila TV, you will find us. That is on YouTube, and kindly subscribe. You can even equally watch it through from the other end. You can write your comment from the other end. It will reach us. We'll see it. So if we are in a country where more than 100 billion is being collected in one day, in a span of 25 days, more than 100 billion, in a span of 25 days, we get 3 trillion. Why is it that we have debts? A lot of debts here and there. Because if, I've only done our mathematical or on the basis with the 25 days among 30 days. I've left 5 days out of 5 days can balance the 25 days that we have picked. So if we have 3 trillion in a month, then means that in a span of 10 months, how many trillions do we have? How many trillions do we get from KRA? If that is the question. We're talking about 30 trillion. Do we want to say that our budget is much more of that money? Yeah? Oh, number one. Number two, do you want to say that we can't pay because the debt that we have, our country is currently running on is at 9 trillion. Is it possible that we can't pay that debt and then get to be debt free and see on how we can stop taking loans from one point to another, so that we can build a country that is of more efficiency in terms of service delivery and a lot of things. Yeah, I can see we have a comment from Luca Constant. Azimio inawezekana for the 5th support ya nini, be logical. My brother, we have a lot of things to take care of financially. So if you are attached, you can support us. We have our M-Pesa number up there. Remember, thank you very much for those that have worked with us in this year and the ones that have been supporting us. For example, let me explain a bit, my brother Lucas, so that you can understand. The platform that we are using, it's a platform that you need to buy right, and you need to pay monthly subscription of it, and that's all that is money. So if you feel and you think that you're part and parcel to this family, I believe it will be very, very same logic for you to feel and be touched to support the program, our programs, and support the entire platform financially. We have those that have been supporting us, and that is the reason why we're here. If we start to narrate where we are from and how we used to even stream these things, and up to end of the campaign up to today, it's a serious it will take us good time. Actually, it can be this discussion of its own. It will need its own day. So there are a lot of things to be taken care of financially, my brother. And this team, we have a team that makes sure that Mosoi come live, and a lot of things runs, even the streaming during the day and all that. So and remember, this is just a request, and that is the reason why you can see our team have put it nicely by posting kindly Kindly, I think they have missed to add. Kindly, you can support us through M-Pesa. Or the number is 0794-789-494. Name is Boniface Ouma. And thanks so much. So if you are touched and you feel like you want us to grow more, we'll appreciate and you will be blessed. I believe so. Let me proceed by what I was saying. If we are getting that money, then I believe and I think that this country needs not to borrow any money from anywhere or from any quarter, because that money alone is enough for us to get what we need to get before us. What do we need before us? We need efficiency in terms of service delivery. How can we get that? We'll get that immediately. We'll get those people that will be much more dedicated to work for Kenyans, not to work for their pockets. You remember our brother Kibet was saying that you see someone being employed today as a minister or assistant minister or permanent secretary, but in a span of between 4 months to 1 year, that person owns a chopper. And you know, a chopper is not just few change. You will come to realize and understand. You can even Google, of course. It costs between 300 upwards million. We're talking about in terms of million. So you come to wonder, what is this person being paid? Does that money, can it accumulate to? Can the person be in a position to buy a chopper using his salary, or even if he is doing business? So, and this is why I think that we have the few rich in this country, and we have a vast number those that are poor, those that are living below $1 a day, which should not be the case in our country. We have just only talked about KRA. Let's talk about the minerals that we have. You go to the coastal part of Kenya, there are a lot of minerals. We go to the other end, western part of Kenya, we have a lot of minerals. Minerals that can be used, that if properly channeled, can assist a lot of families, a lot of people to become rich in this country. And we can get a lot of resources through it. KRA can be making a lot of money through that. We have our coastal line. If today we decide to do a serious fishing with the proper channel, fishing, let's talk about Lake Victoria, let's talk about our Lake Turkana, let's talk about our Indian Ocean coastal line. And we have a proper channel of getting all the taxes from the smaller taxes from the fishery, from the fishermen, and it has got a proper structure on how it's being managed. This country will not, actually Africa as a whole, nobody will go. For example, you go to our brother, you go to our country, neighboring country, our brothers from Congo, you wonder what is happening, because they are in war today, tomorrow, and tomorrow. It revolves. It's a war. And why are they fighting? Because some few individuals decided to buy their arms, to supply them the arms, and triggered that war that is happening down there. And that is the reason why our brothers from down there, they're fighting year in, year out. They fight down there. It's because we have those that planned for it. We have those that decided that these people have to fight. So if you go much more deeper, you'll come to realize that a lot is happening. How do we stop all of this? This now should be the biggest question that we should be asking ourselves. As a country, how can we stop all of this? Yes, we need to put the government on control. We need to put the government on check. We need to scrutinize everything. But will that be enough? So number one, I believe that platforms like this, because I know that we have a lot of these platforms, also the political ones, they are not out there. But platforms like this, we should be utilizing these platforms. If you get a chance, you have something, you have an idea, you have, this is what you want to share with people, kindly come forth, share with us. Let us learn from you. You know, nobody is an island in this world. Let's learn from you. Let's get to understand much more. Let's get to understand these policies. Actually, I would love someone joining us and letting us know on how that 138 billion that Care collects in each and every day, collects in each and every day is being spread across. Because if today, is it 2 days back or 3 days back, I heard that there's this loan that we want to take, I don't know, from World Bank or IMF. Now, someone needs to tell us, someone needs to share with us, why do we need to take a loan if we are collecting more than 100 billion in a day? Why do we need to take a loan? Where do we take our 100 billion that we collect daily? Do we take it to our reserve? And why, even if we take it to our reserve, why do we need to reserve it? And what purpose? Why do we need to reserve it? So these are the small, simple questions that we need to ask ourselves. Yeah. Thank you very much, everybody in Azimio family, for joining us this night. Feel free, you can follow us on Facebook. That is Azimio Inawezekana for Raila the 5th. Kindly feel free to share our program, share with your people, share with your WhatsApp groups, with your Facebook groups. And remember, we have our YouTube channel, which is called Azimio Inawezekana Raila TV. You can equally go to YouTube or subscribe. After subscribing, you can even equally use the platform in watching us through, and you can comment, and we'll sisi ni kusema ni shukran sana tena sana. Remember last week we were having small itches here and there, and we used to say that we used to promise that today we'll have a better platform, and we promised until we promised, and now here we are. This platform can have 10 of us. So kindly, we have the link on the comment section. Register with it, configure so that it can get to your camera and your voicing audio, and with that it will assist us. When you request, we just add you straight away. It's so much easy. We are getting around it. You know, yesterday we had serious hitch here and there, but today we're getting around it nicely, and I love how this works softly. We have a comment from my brother Luke Constant. Let me again refresh about it. I just want to highlight about it, my brother. This platform, there are a lot of things that are supporting, more so in terms of softwares and apps here and there. The softwares and the apps here and there, they need to be subscribed on, and a lot, their rights have to be bought and all that. So, and all that needs financial. So, and we believe, you know, we are a family. When you're a family, you don't just do things while hiding. More so when you're a family, you do things when you're so much open, and that is the reason why we felt like if we share this with our team, it will be much more prudent, so that at least we can keep on succeeding, and we can keep on moving and moving ahead. Because you remember the last platform that we had could only have 4 of us, and it had a lot of itches here. Most even in adding a guest was a problem. It was taking me ages for me to add a guest. At some point, we could have had our conversation without even having a guest, because it wasn't easy to do so. So, and today what we have is so much efficient and all that, but it's something that after we'll be getting at end month of it, if we don't renew the usage, it will be useless on our end, because we want to be using it. So we might end up by going to our old normal way of hosting, which I think that we have graduated from, and we are proceeding ahead. So kindly, if you're touched and you feel like blessing the platform, kindly you can use our M-Pesa line, and we'll appreciate so much. So let me go back to what I was saying. You here, that you had our brother Kibet saying that we do a collection daily, a collection of 130 and over billion in a day. In a span of 25 days, we are having 3.4 trillion in 1 month. Means that in a span of 10 months, how much are we having? We are having 34 trillion. And then the budget of our budget, from the country budget, is at how much was it? Was it at 3? The last financial budget, was it at 3? Kindly, can someone who knows how much it was, because I was not so much conversant when the budget was being read. It was at 3 billion or 5 or 4, something between 3 to 5 billion. So if we can do a collection of KRL alone, leave alone the tourism and other sectors, KRL alone can do a collection of 1 year, 30 and above. Then in the very same year, the Minister's of Finance comes with this briefcase and papers in it, and it tells us that, our entire budget is 5 trillion, and as a country we have 1, and we'll be borrowing. Why don't we take the entire 5 billion from 30? We remain with 25. Yes, I would want to understand more over this. And let me assure you, this is a discussion that I would love to have. I would want to have it today, and we have it tomorrow and tomorrow and tomorrow, until the day that we'll get to understand everything plainly. Because if the other day I heard someone saying that the current government want to go for loan, why do we need to go for loan? I don't know. Someone needs to school me over this. Seriously, someone just needs to kindly, wherever you are, kindly use our. I've posted, and let me share the link again. Let me share the link again so that it can be much more easy for you to configure. Kindly, if you have seen the link, kindly just configure your phone with the camera and voicing, and you join us. I would love we have this discussion. And someone tells me why we need a loan when we have a country where KRA, Kenya Revenue Authorities, does a collection of 130 billion over in a span of 10 months. Ni hesabu rahisi. Hata kama ni wafanyikazi wanalipa na shilingi ngapi kwa mwaka nzima? How much do we use in paying our salaries, our public service officers' salaries? How much remains? And if, for example, we can use 15 billion to pay our salaries, or 15 trillion in paying our salaries, over a year, that is a lot. Why don't we see on how we can have fewer? Number one, before having the fewer public officers, we create what we call suitable business environment, an environment where everybody will feel it's so much safe, they are free to do business, so that we downgrade the number of those that are working for the government to a size where we'll be managing to pay them with the very same trillion. We'll be managing to sponsor our budgets with the very same trillion. We'll manage to do our activities and do a lot of things here and there with the very same trillion, the money that we are having at the public coffers. Number two, if this is happening, if this money is not getting into the right hands, if this money is not being channeled as it should be channeled, if this money is not being used in a manner, in the way that it should be used, because some few of individuals have decided to enrich their pockets and stomachs, or enriching their pockets and using their stomachs in thinking instead of their brain, then we should be having a law that is so much strict on corruption, where ukiiba tu kidogo Hakuna hii maneno mingi, hii story ya Bonwasi ni jela straight away. Enda kule, you cool your butt kule Kamiti polepole. Hii maneno ya corruption itakuja kumalizika. So what do we need to do? How do we get out of where we are today? That was our topic today, and you remember, you can see that, and we explained it nicely by saying Kenya is a third world country that needs those that are sober to steer us in the right direction, economy-wise, not just a direction. You know, someone can steer to a direction where you will be heading to some serious corners. Now, and that is now we decided to post a question, and our question was, are we on it, or we have started our normal comedy? You know, Kenya is known Kenya is known nicely on the comedy end. Because, and again, I'm not getting the reason why. Oh, is it Senator Cheriot, Aaron Cheriot? The other day he was on the mainstream TV saying that, you know, these people have left this country so broke, so there's nothing that have been left, and there's no how we're going to go about it. It's all becoming much more easy for us. Now let me ask myself a very simple question. If at the treasury 73 million was the money that was left, but in a day we collect 130 and above billion, why do we need to lament instead of going much more deeper, coming up with policies, seeing on how we can sponsor the policies, seeing how we can find the policies, seeing how those policies can work for the country, seeing on how those policies can work for the taxpayers and Kenya residents who are you and me. Yeah, I would love someone to join me. If you're watching and you're in a position to configure your phone with the setting of StreamYard, kindly do so that you can join me on this one-on-one political chat. Charles Odhiambo anasema Charles Gaza. Thank you very much for joining, my brother. Feel free being part and parcel. Remember our Azimio family, we have a YouTube channel. You can follow us on a YouTube channel. You go to search engine, it's called Azimio Inawezekana Raila TV. Kindly subscribe and you follow us. Charles Gaza Kenya. Charles Odhiambo, thank you very much, my brother. On Facebook, our platform is called Azimio Inawezekana for Raila the Fifth. Feel free to share with your platform, wherever they are, share with your people. Equally to YouTube, you can share with your people. And equally, you can still join us. Use the link below in the comment section. Use that link to join us, configure your camera and voicing. Then you join us, just send the request. It's so much more easy. This platform can contain 10 of us. So because I'm alone, I'm remaining with the space of 9. It's so much more easy, and I can say so much more easy for us to. If you remember, it's a good wish, and that is the reason why we are here. Earlier, that was last week, and the past days we have been promising that we were working on a platform, and now here we were. So, according to today's topic, we are only having one thing that we need to do as a country. As much as we would want to put the government on check, to put the government on toes, to make sure that the government does the right thing, is as much as we'll, number one, have to learn what exactly we need to do as a taxpayers, what exactly we'll need to do as a Kenyans. And that goes to our brothers from each and every country in Africa. Because you look at things, we have got a lot of resources that can make us rich. We have got a lot of resources that, if only we'll come to have a government that will have a good setting of managerial, then we'll end up by turning the country the other way around. We'll have everybody on board. We'll have those that will be in a position of understanding what exactly needs to do. We'll have those that are working for us, because these people are being paid with our money. Yeah, we'll have those that will be thinking using their brains and instead of their stomachs. Those that think using their stomachs are the ones that are stealing our money. They're the ones that are buying choppers. In 4 months being in office, 1 year, someone buys a chopper of 400 million. Huh? So you ask yourself, then where are we going as a country? The biggest question that we need, everybody needs to ask him or herself. Huh? And why is it that every government comes on in power, they start talking about taking a loan? Why do we need to take a loan? I have to ask myself this question. Someone needs to come and explain to me the reason why government doesn't need to take a loan. Huh? Because why will a government need to take a loan when they don't need to take a loan? My very simple question. So it's something that we need to get to understand much more of it. And if it's true that our Kenya Revenue Authority collects or does a collection of cash amounting to 138 billion in a day or over 100 billion in a day, then I'm telling you, our government have decided to see us as some Teletubbies. You see those cartoons that our children watch on TV when they're watching their programs. There's Teletubbies. That is how our government watches us. Because there's no need for a government to come and start telling us that we found no money, and because we found no money, we wish to take a loan. Where are we taking this loan to? What is happening with our collection, daily collection? From all institutions, let's talk about tourism, what? NYS, what? What is happening? The percentage that they are getting from the Kenya Power, the percentage that they are getting from fuel, the percentage that they are getting from institutions here and there. We have got how many institutions that government gets percentage from? If we start listing them, they are serious. We'll come to realize that it's a serious number, or it will come to a serious number of institutions. So we need to ask ourselves, and we need to ask our government. Actually, it's right that we need to keep our government on top. But after learning, we are going to have very tough questions. We are going to ask very tough questions because we would want to understand, why do you need to take loan? Why do you need a loan? What is this loan going to do? It's money, yes. What is it going to do? Is it going to fill other people's pockets, or it's going to, or it's going on a service delivery? It's going to work on something that will benefit the Kenyans. And before even taking, how much do we need? Are we going for some 6 billion or 30 billion or 100 billion? And if we are going for 500 billion, for example, and 500 billion, we are doing a collection of 100 billion in a day. Don't we only, is it not possible we only wait for 5 days so that we can have that money? We get that money from our own collection, then utilize it in one way or the other. Then we be at a position of saying that, now we have done it, and we are done with one end of what we wanted to do. Let's wait for another end. So this is a broad, wider discussion. It needs some serious input in it, with a lot of understanding. Where we are today, remember our topic. Are we on it, or are we having the very same comedy, the daily comedy? You remember our fourth President Uhuru Kenyatta, the other day told us on a mainstream radio station, he told us that 2 billion goes into people's top pockets each and every day. And we had those people that were saying, oh, that is a serious money, it can't be possible. Today we are being told that we does a collection of over 100 billion. So it's possible. Actually, it can be even more than that. And that is the reason why you see someone gets to government appointment today, and tomorrow the person gets up being some serious tycoon in a span of 2 years, 3 years. He gets to own some serious opulence here and there. Yeah. So thank you very much for joining us in your family. We appreciate your moment, your time, and we appreciate you being part of parcel to this platform. Sisi tunasema ni asante sana. Kumbuka uko na huru. You have the freedom of sharing. Share our platform, share our discussion, our program with your people here and there, your friends and everybody. Share and share and share with your friends wherever they are. Kindly feel free to be part and parcel to the discussion. It's very easy. Just configure your setting with the StreamYard so that we can add you on the platform, and it can be much more easy for you. So immediately you have configured and you have sent your requests, we are going to add you, and so it's so much easy for us to add you. I can see today it's a good day, it's a good evening. So kindly feel free to share with us your idea on the comment section. If you are in a position to configure your setting with the StreamYard, kindly make sure that you send your request so that we can add you on the line, and we'll be having this discussion together. So thank you very much, wherever you are. Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you and thank you. Thank you. But one thing that I want to say is that where we are today, it's not easy. It's not easy for anybody, wherever you are, to be feeling much more okay with your country, and that is happening because of what we are having as a country. The service delivery has gone much more low. More so, it's like we are not having those that are being genuine, being straightforward with our resources. That is the reason why we are being told that Kenya Revenue Authorities does a collection of 138 billion in a day. What happens with that money? I would love to know this. I would love to get to understand this. Yeah. Kindly be in a position to send your request so that we can add you, so that we can be conversing together. Remember, you go to our comment section. We have sent a link. Use the link in configuring your settings, and then you join us. Our brother Eric Roberts, you promised that you're going to be back, and it has not been possible. Our brother Walter Mosh, you are not joined us tonight. I believe that you're going to join us in a few. Wherever you are, everybody, ours in your family, our members, feel free to send your request, configure, yes, or have the StreamYard and the platform and configure your setting. Then when you're done, send the request so that it will be easy for us to join you on the conversation, and we'll love to hear your idea and what you think and what you feel is right and how the country should be run. Remember, what today's question was so simple, and that is and the question today was, are we on it, or we have started our normal comedy? Yeah. How did you arrive in asking this question? Yeah. We tried even to explain a bit, and by telling you that Kenya is a third world country that needs those that are sober to steer us in the right direction economy wise. Yeah. Kenya is a country, is a third world country, but we need sober minds. When I mention sober, I don't mean that someone that have been drunk and sober by that moment. Sober in terms of those people that will be using their brain and thinking instead of their stomach. Those that will be making sure that our country coffers gets the right money that needs to be there, instead of them filling their pockets and otherwise, it becomes much more possible for them to be thinking of, if we let this money be here, this money will end up by giving, making sure in giving service to the voters and the residents of this republic and taxpayers. That is what I'm talking about. So tonight, are we on the right direction? And do we have those people that are sober that will steer us in the right direction economy-wise? Yes. Are we on it? Yeah. You know, we are in the new government. According to what you have seen tonight, what you have seen for the past few days that these people have been in power. Today we are on 21st, we are heading to 22nd. William Samoei Ruto was sworn in on 13th. How many days are we counting today? Is it 8 days? Have you seen? Because, you know, even including we have seen the proposals of those people that are going to take the mantle in different ministries, those that are going to head different ministries here and there. Do you think those people are capable enough? Are they in the right position to steer our country in the right direction? That is the question. That is the big question tonight. And you can join us. Kindly feel free. Feel free, please feel free. Feel free to join us and feel free to be part and parcel to our discussion tonight. Oh, my biggest question, because we have realized and we have seen that amount that KRA do collect daily on a day-to-day basis is more than 100 billion one day. That is one day alone. Where is this money going to? Like, for example, the money that was collected today, all the money, because today is not yet done with today, the money that was collected yesterday, where is it? Over 100 billion. What has it done? So tukipiga hesabu kwa mwaka, hii pesa nzima trillions amounting to over 30, hii pesa yote inaenda wapi? Na hizi siku 8, hata tusiende mbali, tujiulize very simple question. If our brother Kibet told us that we are getting 138 billion on a daily basis, so for the past 8 days, we've been collecting 138 and above. So let's do our mathematics. Let's work with 7 days and get that how much have been collected so far. We are talking about 966 billion that have been collected so far. So where is this money? What has this money done? Why is it that people are talking about taking loans? Sorry. Why do we need loan? If we does collection of this amount of that huge magnitude, that serious money, that serious amount, why do we need to go for loan? That is my biggest question. You know, you remember the other day we said that 50 days from the swearing in, we were going to have a check evaluation, and this evaluation we were going to see on what was promised and what has been done and done by who and all that. But now, before even we reach that 50 days, because the 50th day will be 2nd, which will be Tuesday or Wednesday, and that will be 2nd of November this year. That will be 50 days. Because this government, there are those things that they promised that the first day that blah 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 was supposed to be done on the first day. The hunger price was supposed to go low in span of first day. The fuel subsidization of fuel, and a lot of things here and there. We have seen none, but people say that it was so early for us to indulge in that, and we could have given the government a benefit of the doubt and wait for 50 days to have that discussion. But now, even if we are waiting for 50 days, money that have been collected for the past 7 days, which amounts to 966 billion, where is this money? What has this money done? Yeah, I would love to be in a position to get much more on this from anybody that is authorized to speak on behalf of Treasury, yes, or KRA. If you are part and parcel to our Azimio family and you are in a position to speak on behalf of KRA, or you are working with Treasury, or you are feeling like you can't speak on public, but you can share with me this information, kindly use our WhatsApp number, kindly use our inbox us, so that I can sit with you down, so that I can get to understand all this. And if you can go public, kindly let's see on how we can organize, so that one day we can come here on our platform and see on how we can have this conversation all together. We would love to know more. Are you getting? We love to know more of how these things works. Where after collection of this money, how do they collect this money? After collecting it, where it's kept. From that, what it does, where they do take this money, what it does, and all that. We just need to understand it nicely, more so on, because since we don't have more knowledge on how this money, the contribution of it and all that, because I'm failing to understand how is it possible that the government does a collection of over 100 billion, and they end up by, and still the very same government ends up by borrowing 6 billion, I don't know, 10, I don't know how much. Why are we borrowing? This is something that someone will need to come in and give us more insight on it, because I'm telling you, let me tell you this, and let me assure you, not only me, it's not only me that is not understanding this. A lot of people here doesn't understand it, so they would want to be in a position of getting to understand it much more better, and that is the reason why I would love to get to know exactly who understands it much more better, what it entails, into detailed way, in a manner, so that we can get to understand it pole pole, tusikize, tuchambue pole pole, kidogo kidogo, until we get to understand where we are, what is happening, and everything. Thank you very much. If you're joining now, remember you can follow us and you can share our program with your contacts, your friends, your people here and there. You can share our program tonight. You can share with your people. You can use the share button, so that your people too can be part and parcel to this program and discussion. That is on Facebook, and you can request your people to join our platform, Azimio Inawezekana Friday the 5th. We have the YouTube channel. Its name is Azimio. You go to the search menu, key in Azimio Inawezekana Raila TV. That is our platform. I would request and urge our family members, Azimio family members, and everybody to kindly subscribe on our channel, so that we can go together. Equally, we are live on YouTube as much as we are live in Facebook. So, and again, the platform that we are using tonight, it's an easy platform, a platform that can have 10 guests at a go. So there's still enough space. You go to our comment section, you will see that we had sent our invitation link. So kindly use that link in downloading the StreamYard and configure. It's just a matter of you going to settings and you configure your video, and so that it can be compatible with your audio, and then you send a request. We'll accept immediately. So much more easy. I love this platform because it's so much more upgraded, more than the one that we used to use earlier. So, and you feel much more welcome to come in and share with us your idea and how you see things, how you feel things are. But one thing that I'm going to put across is that it's not logical for government to tell us that they are going for loan. Actually, this government needs to come out and explain to us that day one, this much that was collected, day two, this much that was collected, day three, this much that was collected, day four, this much that was collected, and day five. Before even they tell us that they want to go for loan, then they explain to us that the money that was collected from day one to day five totals to this much. Yeah. Then we be in a position, if at all government today would want to have efficiency in its system, efficient service delivery, government number one will work on KRA system and in every institution that does collection of rates here and there, including land rates and all that. It's just a matter of coming up with something like an app where everybody can log in, or software where everybody can log in and check that from this county, this is the money that was collected. From this county, this money that was collected. And you can even go as far as logging into the very same county that you're checking. For example, if it's Nairobi, and you see that in Nairobi, this money that was collected, if they are categorized, if at all they are categorized, this is the money that was collected on parkings, this money that was collected on eateries, hospitality industry, that is hotels, restaurants, and all that. This is the money that was collected on our fuel. This is the money that was collected on blah blah blah. So that we as a country, we get to a point of understanding if this is the money that was collected, and it was collected from this point to this point to this point, and where we are seated, like right now, we could have been having opportunity of even doing a plus of, we are being told that parking produced this much today, so plus the one that was that did came from the hospitality industry. This one came from this area, this one came from that arena. So this is the money that was collected. We are being told that half or quarter of it, an eighth of it, amounting to this much, was taken and went and do this. This one went to salary. This one went to allowances. This one went to this, and this one went to this. This is the remaining, and the remainder of it, it's kept here. Then even if you come and start telling us that you're going for a loan, we will ask you, how much of loan are you going for? And if you tell us that you are going for a loan, or for example, let's say, for example, 6 billion, for example, and what we are remaining with, and for example, you tell us that, for example, we are remaining with 1 billion. You tell us that, we need 60% of the entire remainder of this money to take to our reserve, or 40. Let's say, for example, 60. So means that we'll end up by remaining with what? With 400 million. What do we do? You need a loan, yes. So if each and every day we can be keeping 400 million, and you need a loan of 6 billion, yeah, you need a loan of how much? 6 billion. Let's just get it right, because we won't want to be in a position of someone giving a story tomorrow, but we would want to be in a position of understanding this much more easy. If you need 6 billion, and we are in each and every day we get to remain with 400 million. How many days do we need to raise that 6 billion? That will be the only simple question. And we'll tell you that don't go for that deni, wachana na maneno ya deni kabisa. The 400 million hii tunapata, anza kufanya nayo kazi. We will only need 15 days for us to have that money before us. So it will be much more simple for the country to grow. Even if we'll be remaining with 200 million, or even 100, or even 50, we'll need a serious few days for us to reach somewhere. So I would love to know this into detail. I would love someone to come forth and explain to us more. Yeah? And explain to us more about this carry collection, how much they get to collect. In public domain, they're telling us how much they collect. And in truth, how much do they collect? Because, you know, we are in a country where they will tell you that, you know, I only does a collection of 2 shillings. Kumbe collection inafanya shilingi 8. That is the country where we are in. How do you put a country on check when systems are not in order? And you know, for example, if my president today, who is Raila, the Right Honorable Raila Odinga, sorry kwa kubeba tu jina yake tu, the right name is the Right Honorable Raila Odinga, who is my president. If in truth he was the president today, then tungesema baba anza, we start on how to organize the path of seeing that we can have serious what? Serious managerial setup where the citizens will be in a position of monitoring the collection of carry and a lot of things that are happening here and there. This is something that can be worked on, because if you does collection of money from people, then you need to come up with a system where people can get trust to you. And I'm telling you, everybody will be paying the very same tax. You ask me today, if you tell me I pay tax, why do you need to pay tax in the first place? Because according to me, I know that the only best that anybody will be doing is to squander it. Mimi nalipa, yeye kazi yake ni kuweka kwa mfuko. Mimi nalipa, kazi yake ni kuweka kwa mfuko. And if I'm wrong, let anybody come and tell me that I'm wrong over this. Because this is right, according to me. The current government was part of the outgoing government. Everybody in it. But because these people are good in cooking what we call propaganda, they cooked a nice propaganda na wakasema wao tumesukumwa, hata sisi hatuko huko, wanatengeneza, wanaiba, wanafanya hivi. Now, there's a question that I wanted to ask our brother Kibet, but he had a small itch here and there. I believe he can still join us. We're still on, or he will join us later or even tomorrow. Today, because it's past so midnight and we have another day. If subsidization of fuel or unga or any other item makes few individuals to enrich their pockets. For example, let's take an example of fuel. He mentioned that Ruby or Total or other companies. I'm using an example. Let's say that any other company is the companies that are pocketing the money of subsidization in fuel. Then I want to ask this very simple question. If that was happening then, why is it that, and the current government knows that that was what was happening, why is it that they have decided not to subsidize the very same fuel? And because they know that there are those few players within the petroleum energy sector that pocket that money, why is it that they decided to scrap it away instead of subsidizing fuel and then come up with strict policies on how they can come and do away with the fewer individuals that pockets this money, and instead make sure that everybody gets to be shareholder, to be part and parcel to the shares? That was the question that I wanted to ask, but it wasn't possible because he had a small ATM there. If you're listening to me right now, kindly, I don't know if anybody can give me answer to this, because we have had a lot of, including members of parliament that are elected on 13th house, saying that subsidization that was done by our President outgoing President Uhuru Kenyatta, we only have few individuals that were benefiting from the shares, from the money, from the subsidization and all that. Why is it that this government have decided to do away with subsidization? Why didn't they work on how everybody can benefit? And then is when we start by having the conversation of earlier, fewer individuals were benefiting and not all. But right now, because we realize and we know that because they were part and parcel of the then government. Yeah, and everybody knows that they were part and parcel to the then government. Now, because we know and we know what to do, yeah, and that is the reason why we have come up with the way of making sure that every player in this sector gets to do what? Gets to benefit. Yeah? So, something else needs to work. Something needs to be done. How do we do this? Huh? How do we do this? My question, because we need to do something. How do we do it? Is my main and major question. How do we go about this? How do we make sure that we end up by having a government that works for us, a government that is for us, a government that is ready? Yeah? A government that is ready to listen to its people. Because we will not be only saying that, we need to keep the government on check, we need to work our way up and see on how government works efficiently. And another thing, if I'm not wrong, I wouldn't want to be in a position of that the only best thing that we'll be doing is just agitate. That will be so much wrong. I would love to be in a position of reasoning on a day-to-day basis. We're coming up with ideas. What can build us? What can make us prosper? Come from where we are to a point of getting to where we want to be. So this is a discussion that can only happen when we all come together. And remember, as I said earlier, thank you very much for joining, and those that joined earlier, thank you very much for those that are with us up to now. I want to say something that feel free to share our conversation, share our program with your friends wherever they are. Feel free to follow us on the YouTube channel. You just go to a search engine, key in Azimio Inawezekana Raila TV. That is our channel. Follow, kindly subscribe so that we can get to grow together. And remember, our today's topic was so simple, and because we explained, yeah, Kenya is a third world country that needs those that are sober to steer us in the right direction economy-wise. And now here begs the question: are we on it, or we have started our normal comedy? Yes. Are we on seeing that we have the country that we need? Are we on seeing that we have the best out of everything? Are we on seeing that we have everything that we need? Yeah. Are we on seeing that we have the efficiency that is needed? Do we have the policies that are the best policies out of everything that is going to help us steer this country to the right direction? These are things that we need to ask ourselves. Nobody's coming to ask this on our behalf, but we are the people that can ask. We are the one that can question this, that can ask, and you can have we can have this discussion all together. Remember, we have sent a link on our comment section. Kindly, you can just use it, configure your camera and the audio and with the StreamYard, so that we can continue having this discussion. Today I'm missing 2 people. Actually, I'm missing 3 people. I'm missing our brother Walter Omondi, wherever you are. Kindly, if it's possible, you can join us. I'll be so much happy. We have our brother Eric Robert. He tried joining us earlier, but his network or something, there was a small itch on his end. You can join us again. Or our brother Kibet, you can come up again if it's possible, wherever you are. And our viewers, wherever you are, you can join us. Use the link on our comment section. Configure it on the settings so that it can run your camera and the audio end, so that it can be much more easy for you to send your request. We'll add you. This platform can contain 10 of us, so it's easy. We are going to have a very candid talk. So that is where we are as a country. Hii loan mimi kenye imeshangaza, hii loan tunaambiwa inataka kuchukuliwa, sababu ni ipi? Why do we need to go for a loan? Why do we need to go for a loan? My biggest question tonight. Why do we need to go for a loan? No, we just need to work something out. No, kindly. We need to work something. Why do we need a loan? When a country does a collection of 138 billion in a day. Yeah? Why do we need to take another loan? Why do we need to take a loan? So that is my question. I'm asking this because I need to understand. Someone just needs to educate me on this, because I'm not seeing any logic why we need a loan when it's so obvious that the money that we are collecting can do small things here and there. And even if it can't do something, things that it needs to be done, then over the same, someone needs to come forth and elaborate to us nicely, so that we can get to understand what happens with this money. Where they take this money from after collection? What does this money do? Yes. Afterwards, we'll be in a position of getting to understand it nicely. Actually, we'll be in a country where everybody understands what happens with this money. So this is something that needs to be done. This is something that we need to be in a position of understanding, if I'm not wrong. Yeah. I can see on our inbox we have a lot of messages. We have those that are saying, "Thank you, Azimio, so strong. Thank you." Oh, thank you, everyone that is watching now. Thank you, wherever you are. Thank you for those that were watching earlier. Thank you very much, wherever you are. You have commented. Thank you for those that have shared. Thank you very much, and we believe and know that you are much okay. Thank you for those that are supporting us and those that have supported us. If you are touched wherever you are, kindly we have a number that you can use in supporting us, and you will be much more blessed. Thank you very much. You can use on the comment section, there's a link that we sent, and you can use it in joining us. We would love to have you, to listen to you, would love to know more of what you think, your idea, and how you see things. You know, this country, it's our country, and we will not only say that we want to put the country on tour, but when we are putting it on tour, lazima tukue katika hali ya kuelewa. So James Namasaka Jesoli saying, "I love this. Let's fight the economy from reality." And that is why we need someone to come and explain to us much more into detail, so that we come to understand what is happening. Yeah, because If right now someone is talking about going for loan, why do we need to go for loan? Yeah. Why do we need to go? My simple question. Why do we need to go to loan? Margaret Mbiji Abisaki tuned. Thank you very much. My sister Infalain Mudwaro watching from Busia. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for watching. Karibu sana. Our brother Ronald earlier wrote that we are not yet freed from the hands of the whites, and not only Kenyans. Many African countries still under the control of the international community. Just ended the election reminded me more of about countries in Africa. He's saying that we are still slaves. That is the word, but there is no any other word. So, but we have our thank you very much. Kipkirui Nash watching live. Thank you. And there's a comment that I'm searching. One of us said that we need to. I think I'm getting to it. And, I'll get to it. My brother Eric Robert, if you can watch me, I don't know if you have worked on your small error and you can get back so that we can proceed together. Thank you very much for those that are watching, and thank you for being here with us and for following. Thank you very much, and I believe that it's going to be much more possible for us to feel free to join, because if you join, it's going to be much more easy for us to get to another level and all that. So wherever you are, kindly just feel free and join us and all that. So it's so much more easy, and we appreciate kindly to everyone wherever you are. Wherever you are, feel free to be part and parcel, so that it becomes much more easy for us to be having this engagement tonight. And one thing that we love is that with this, what we're having tonight, it's so much more easy for us to understand a lot of things, and we'll get to understand a lot more so when we learn from our brothers and everybody. So kindly get to configure your was working on something, sorry. Get to configure your StreamYard so that it can be much more easy for us to add you, to get you on our live tomorrow, so that you can join us. This platform can get to host 10 of us. So kindly just do your configuration tomorrow, and I believe that from there it will be much more easy for us to be in a position of getting to understand much more of where we are, what we are doing, and all that. Yeah. So thank you wherever you are. Thank you for joining, and thank you for being part and parcel to our streaming tonight. Thank you very much, and tunasema ni asanti sana. So watu wetu, something needs to be done. Something needs to be done. Wazimio family, wherever we are, something needs to be done, and I believe and know that soon we'll be in a position of getting to understand a lot of things. So yeah, so continue supporting us, continue being with us, and we appreciate your moment, our moment together, and that is the love that we're having as a family. So as I was saying earlier, that we need to get to understand a lot of things here and there. How will we understand all this? By being in a position of coming into terms with them, with a lot of understanding on how the government runs, or how everything happens out here, you know. So on my end, I will only say that if we want to get to understand a lot of what is happening in the country today, let's start with what are the policies that have been put down. It's so much more important. What are the policies that are working on the revenue collection? What are the policies that are working on the end of scene? Because the ministers and what have you, the peoples of that arena, more so when they want to choose ministers, assistant ministers, pieces and all that, they does selection. People gets to be selected. So what policies do we have to make sure that they will end up by selecting someone that will work for us instead of someone that will be enriching his pocket or her pocket? Someone that when you will be in the office, instead of thinking using the stomach, you will be thinking using the brain. That is the problem that we are having tonight. We are at a crossroad where we end up by someone gets in office today, in a span of 4 to 6 months, that person is so rich up to a point where you can't realize that person has bought a chopper, an helicopter, costing not less than 300 million and above. You ask yourself a very simple question. Is this person working for me, or is he working for his pocket? Is he using his stomach in thinking while in office, or using his brain? Because when someone is so much upright on the brain and he thinks nicely, that person will think of the taxpayer. The person will not be thinking of himself, thinking about his mpango kando, the wife. He will be thinking of, I was given the opportunity to serve the taxpayers, to serve the republic. What do I need to do right? Yeah, so these are the few of the things that we need to get to understand. And more so, when someone gets in trouble or loggerhead with the institutions, investigating of institutions, arresting institutions here and there, we Kenyans, we have the tendency of singing and having the song of mtu wetu anaonewa. Sasa mtu wetu anaonewa na akiiba kuiba on behalf of the community, aliba kama individual. Saizi wanaanza kusema wale mtu wetu anaonewa tu, lakini hatuelewi, hatusongi kama nchi, tuko na madeni kama nchi sababu ya hiyo wizi. Ile pesa kidogo inasanywa hapa na pale, instead of hiyo pesa itumike kwa ile njia inafaa, hata itumike kulipa madeni hapa na pale. We end up by stealing the fuel that is in the public coffers. We end up by drying the public coffers. We end up by by continue being with the debt, kuchukua deni hapa na pale. Jambo inanishangaza mimi, serikali inasema ati wanataka kwenda kuchukua deni. Hii deni wanaenda kuchukua, ni deni ya kufanya nini? Hii deni ni ya kufanya nini? Because if I'm not wrong, ile kitu yenye saizi tungefanya sisi saidia nchi, if at all country, our KRA, Kenya Revenue Authority, does a collection of over 100 billion. If it happens in reality, then I'm telling you, my brother, my sister, wherever you are, hatuhitaji deni nchi. Sielewi sababu tunahitaji deni. Hiyo Kenya hiyo deni nakuja kufanya. There's how we can work it as a country. And again, the tendency of hiking the taxes. You remember, there's a tax that has been imposed on us. I'm using the word imposed because when the document was released, the signal was released in the morning, and it was written nicely that at the end of the day, ingepata kama kila mtu amepeana mawazo yake. Watu wangapi waliona hiyo document? Wachache sana. So if we are 35 adults today, 35 million, then only 1 million so are the ones that saw the document. Are we in a position to say that the document was seen by our people? No. So we need to take it much more further out of where it is. You ask me, I will repeat. So we have reached to a point where we need to much more to get out of where we are today. We need to start questioning these things. We need to get to familiarize ourselves with what happened to this government offices. Yeah, so that we can be in a position of at some point saying, no, this is how it should happen. And if we don't understand, we get to a point of getting to understand much more of how things works. Tonight I am sympathizing with our country. And tonight I want to say that as Azimio family, we need to start restructuring ourselves. We need to start thinking beyond. Yeah, I know this was not part of the topic, but it has come into my mind. Let me put it across. You know, right now, if you can see our family, almost everybody is still mourning. Everybody is bitter here and there. People are talking of what is the way forward, what is the way forward. And I want to put something across. Sorry. I came to realize I came to realize yesterday that these people, the Kenya Kwanza people, are already restructuring everything towards 2027. While we are still where we are still mourning. We don't want to come out of where we are. It's upon us to start thinking of tomorrow. And that is the best of what can happen to us. If we want to get to leadership tomorrow, then we need to start thinking on how things can start happening. We need to start restructuring things slowly. Let's start structuring things pole pole. When we see tutafika wapi with our restriction. Yeah, because I believe that everybody, wherever you are, you have a role to play. If your role is to vote, then we need to ask ourselves if voters, if at all there was any mistake that happened at the voting moment, were you part and parcel of that problem? And if yes, what is the solution? Because we can't have a problem and we are lacking a solution to the problem. So these are the little things that we need to get right so that we can see on how we can advance. I needed to put this across. because it has come to my mind when I was doing some little research during the morning of yesterday and a part of the day. So I can see, and we have good number that is watching. I would urge you, wherever you are, kindly use. There's a link that I sent on the comment section. Kindly use that link in joining us, join our live streaming so that we can be with you together, or so that it can be possible for us to continue having this discussion tonight before we call it tonight. Remember our brother Kibet said that there are things that needs to be done. More so, we need to have those that have got heart of working for us in these offices. So I will say that if that is what that is needed to be done, then I think we need to do it right. So I think that up to now, I will call it a night, and let's meet today in the evening so that we can succeed more. Since I'm still new with we are still new with the platform. With this platform, we are trying to work it out to see on how we can be much more easy for us to have more of a knowledge on working it out. But soon we'll be in a position to get to understand it much more. So soon we'll be in a position to understand a lot, and I believe that it will be much more pleasurable to get to give exactly what is needed of us. Thank you very much for those that are still with us. Thank you very much, and I know and believe that soon we'll have a more proper way of working this. We give thanks back to everybody that has been part and parcel to the program tonight. Those that have followed us, those that have watched our program on the YouTube end, and if you go to the YouTube, you will find our channel. It's called Azimio Inawezekana Raila TV. Kindly subscribe. After subscribing, kindly activate the notification or button bell that gives you notification when we are live and whenever we have posted something. So I can see that time has gone, and if you are watching, kindly, if you think and feel like we should continue, kindly use the comment section, write something on it, and if we need not to continue, to kindly advise so that we can call it a night. And I know that we'll meet tomorrow. Azimio family, thank you very much for being part and parcel for this our program and following us too. You know, it's not easy for someone to leave what he's doing, and you come into this discussion. I can see the number is growing. Thank you very much for those that have supported our programs financially. One of our brother questioned why we were requesting for, and this was what he wrote. He wrote, Azimio Inawezekana for Raila the 5th. Support ya nini, be logical. And I think I tried explaining that to him. It's called Look Content. I tried explaining this to him, and one thing that our viewers and Azimio family needs to understand is that, for example, you can remember we used to have that platform. It wasn't it wasn't enough platform for us. We were having chairs here and there. We were not having a nice platform, a platform that could have contained more of us. And you can see we have acquired a new platform. And so for us to acquire these platforms, you come to realize that you need to dig deep into your pocket so that you can, when you want something good, you dig much more deeper. And because this is part and parcel to us, it has been our family. Me and our team, we thought of at least seeing on if we can get assistance from our family members. And on our end, tunasema tu kwa moyo mkunjufu, if you feel like and you feel blessed and touched, you want to support us, feel free. And we bless you. We have those that are supporting us currently, those that have been supporting. Even today, we have those that about 2 in numbers that have supported. Although a good and a lot number wants to remain anonymous, they don't want to be known, and that is the reason why it hasn't been possible for me to mention their number. But we have a good number that are part and parcel to our programs. So I believe and know that we'll get to understand on how to use this much more. But at least something that we have known how to use rightfully is we know on how we can send a link. We can send a link to you. Then your work is to configure. Go into setting. You configure on how it can be possible for you to join. You send a request. It will be so much possible for me to add you. Actually, it takes me minutes. It takes you minutes in configuration, and it takes me minutes in adding you. And you join us. This platform can have 10 of us. So utilize that moment. You can configure today. Tomorrow you can join us so that we can be having this discussion, one-on-one political discussion together. And I believe that through that we'll come to grow more, and we'll be in a position of having to understand a lot more. Remember, we are remaining with 6 days so that we can be in a position of getting the full. Just a reminder, we're having 6 days ahead for us to get a full report from judiciary judges, and through that full report, we'll be in a position of giving Baba the Right Honorable Amolo Odinga giving much more on way forward. I mean, exactly what Azimio should expect and what we should be doing as a Azimio family. So I believe and think that we can call it a night now, so that we'll meet during this evening. You have a lovely evening wherever you are. Have a blessed night wherever you are. Remember to pray for yourself. You pray for your neighbors. Pray for this country. Pray for our leaders. Last, you pray for your family after praying for yourself. And last but not least, remember and pray for me. Pray for our team. Pray for our platform kindly, so that we can be having the God's blessing in running this, and pray for everybody that has been part and parcel in viewing, in commenting, and everyone that has contributed, those that have been with us. Kindly feel free tomorrow, configure your settings so that you can be joining our live, and it will be so much more easy for you to join, and we'll be having you watching, and we'll grow together. I believe up to now, if we call it a night, it will be so much okay. So I would love to have the last comment. If you are watching, I'd love to have the last comment so that we can call it night. And I believe that we'll meet tomorrow in the evening. Wherever you are, if you can hear me, I would love to have the last comment. Last comment from you. Then we call it a night. Yes. Yes. I would love, we have our last comment, and see last comment if you're watching, last comment from you. then we call it night. We'll meet today later in the evening. And another thing, if you're watching, kindly, because we have suggestion on our time, starting time, we have those that are saying that we should start by 8 p.m. in the evening instead of 10. So if you think and feel that we should start by 8, kindly use the comment section. You can use our WhatsApp number, or you can use our inbox and share with us so that we can see on how we can go about it. So up to now, let me say thank you everyone for those that have joined, those that are joining now, and those that joined earlier. Let's call it a night. I believe that we'll meet in the evening today. Have a blessed morning. You continue having a blessed afternoon and evening too. Remember, this is your host Boniface Obutu on our Azimio Inawezekana Friday the 5th platform on Facebook, and Azimio Inawezekana Raila TV. That is our platform, our channel on YouTube. You can subscribe on our channel on YouTube so that we can go together. You have a blessed night wherever you are. Everybody be blessed, and be blessed. Up to where we are, nasema ni usiku nzuri, na kuwa na usiku ya kufanana. Thank you.